2 hours of football, 22 players, tactics, sweat, history. And it all gets decided by one man, alone, walking 60 feet, with an entire nation's hope sitting on his shoulders and absolutely nobody able to help him. That's the penalty shootout. It is the single cruelest invention in professional sport, and it exists for a very specific, very deliberate reason. Here is exactly how it works. Let's start with why this even exists. At a World Cup, every knockout match must produce a winner. No draws allowed once you're in the knockouts. Somebody advances, somebody goes home. So the match plays 90 minutes. If it's tied, 30 more minutes of extra time get added on top. And if after 2 full hours of football, the score is still level, the tournament needs a decision. Before 1970, that decision came from replaying the entire match, or, even more absurdly, from a coin toss. Football decided that wasn't good enough. So in 1970, the penalty shootout was born. Now here's the part that actually explains the structure, and it's simpler than people think. Each team picks 5 players. The 2 teams alternate kicks, one after the other. Whoever scores more out of those first 5 kicks wins. If it's still tied after 5 each, the shootout doesn't end. It moves into sudden death, 1 kick per team, per round, and the very first time one team scores and the other misses, it's over immediately. No more best of 5. Just the next mistake. Whoever makes it first loses everything. Here's where the cruelty really lives, and where most fans never stop to think about what's actually happening. The goalkeeper must stand completely still on the goal line until the ball is struck. They can shuffle side to side, but they cannot step forward, cannot leave that line early, no matter how badly they want to guess. The kicker walks from the halfway line, alone, in complete silence, while 80,000 people watch and 40 million more hold their breath at home. And here's the detail that makes it genuinely brutal. Once that ball is struck, there is no second attempt, no rebound, no do-over. One touch of the ball decides everything that player will be remembered for, possibly for the rest of their life. Now for the twist that catches even longtime fans off guard. This isn't actually about football skill anymore. It's almost entirely psychological. Studies on shootout pressure show conversion rates drop noticeably compared to penalties taken during normal play. The exact same kick, the exact same distance. But under shootout pressure, players who score 19 times out of 20 in training suddenly miss. Goalkeepers know this. Some clean their boots slowly. Some point at a corner just to plant doubt. Some simply stare, doing absolutely nothing, letting the silence do the damage on its own. England spent decades on the wrong end of this. They lost their first 3 World Cup shootouts across 1990, 1998, and 2006. A national trauma so deep it became its own cultural punchline. Then in 2018, under a manager who actually hired sports psychologists and drilled the exact walk, the exact weight, the exact moment, England finally beat Colombia on penalties. The lesson took 32 years to learn. The shootout was never about luck. It was always preparation. At this World Cup, every single knockout match, the round of 32, the round of 16, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, even the final itself, can end this way. 2 World Cup finals have already been decided on penalties, in 1994 and again in 2006. The entire trophy, the entire tournament, the entire 4 years of build-up, settled by a man standing alone on a single white spot. And somewhere in the next few weeks, on the biggest stage in world football, a player who has trained their entire life for this moment is going to take that long, silent walk, knowing that one single touch of the ball will define how an entire country remembers them. So, here's the whole system. Stripped down to what actually matters. 5 kicks each, alternating. Most goals after 5 wins. Still tied? It goes to sudden death. 1 mistake away from elimination. The goalkeeper cannot move off the line until contact. The kicker gets exactly 1 touch, with no second chances and no teammates allowed to help. It is not really a football skill being tested anymore. It is nerve, alone, under the brightest lights the sport has to offer. The game has not changed. You have. You're welcome. Subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. It means a lot.